Yo guys, my name is Anomalous. In this video I'm gonna do a complete guide for Destruction Warlock for PvP. The guide will contain talents, honor talents, artifact traits, macros and a general view at Destrolock. Destruction is the most played spec when we talk about Warlock, especially in Arena, but the other two specs are viable as well. Most popular is Destro, followed by Afflock, and least played Demonology. I'm playing Affliction as well, so I do a guide for that spec also. Okay, so Destro Warlock. You will have so much fun in BGs blowing people up, especially when you get some concordance in your pocket. In Arena it's viable of course, but it will be very frustrating to you because the current meta is melee and they will not let you catch breath. They will sit on you constantly. You'll get rooted, kicked, stunned, and I say 80% of the match. But if you find a partner that is good, with good communication, Destro is rank 1 viable. These are Destro talents, pretty much cookie cutter build. The only thing you want to change is instead of Channel Demon Fire, you pick Soul Conduit in some situations, but I'll talk about that later. Let's read now from level 15 to 100 the talents. Backdraft, casting conflagrate reduces the cast time of your next two incinerates or chaos bolts by 30%. Chaos bolt is the most valuable cannon, so to say, in your arsenal, and it's crucial that you cast it quickly and that it does a lot of damage. Reverse entropy just does that. It gives you 10% increased damage on your chaos bolt and rain of fire. And of course it replenishes your mana for 35%. Mortal Coil is the next crucial talent, very important. Horrifies an enemy target into fleeing, blah blah blah, healing you for 20% of maximum HP. It's very important offensively and defensively. You can lock someone with Mortal Coil, you can CC someone. For example, if you play with Windwalker Monk, you can coil and then he can stun, or vice versa. So it's a very important defensive and offensive talent. You can also cast it on two targets, since you have Havoc as destruction. Next talent is Soul Harvest, increases your damage and your pet's damage by 20%. You can add it with your Blood Fury macro if you're an orc. Also it lasts 20 seconds and it's increased by 4 seconds for each target afflicted by your immolate, up to maximum 36 seconds. So that's something to keep in mind. Now this talent, level 75, it was kind of problematic for me because I wanted to decide properly between Demon Skin and Dark Pact, and I saw that Demon Skin is better since it renews itself, and Dark Pact is just a flat defensive, so to say. Here is Grimoire of Service. It gives you an additional kick with your Demon Hunter, with your Felhunter. You can of course macro it, that's what I suggest. And lastly you have the Channel Demon Fire and Soul Conduit. Channel Demon Fire is a very powerful spell. You cast it when you apply Immolate on the target, and every target that is afflicted by your Immolate will get the damage. It does really big damage, so it's a very good talent. You don't want to use it maybe when you fight against two melee in trees, I'm speaking, in Arena. Other than that, always use it because it is just amazing damage. Okay, so here are honor talents. You will be swapping some of them here. First talent is your trinket talent. I use Relentless because I'm an orc, so the stuns on me are really short. But if you're not an orc, I suggest using Gladiator's Medallion, simply because you want to have control over your trinket, rather than adaptation, where it can happen that you can trinket your sap passively with the talent. Mind Quickness here is the best choice by far. You don't ever want to use Initiation, you don't ever want to use Train of Thought. Maybe if you are, I don't know, in BG and you know that you can manage not being attacked, just stay in the back and maximize damage. But baseline is mine quickness. Most cases, like I said, people are picking melee because they're OP, so you want to use Curse of Weakness. Reduces the target's physical damage dealt by 25% for 10 seconds. Curse of Tongues forces the target to speak in demonic, blah blah blah, increasing the casting time of your spell. So if you cast sheep or whatever, the caster will be casting that spell for 30% slower. So use that against casters. And the Curse of Fragility reduces the target's maximum HP by 20% for 10 seconds. This is good when you want to lock someone up and you're certain that you don't need Curse of Weakness or Curse of Tongues. You just want to eliminate the target as soon as possible. Essence Drain, Cutting Circle and Nether Ward. Nether Ward you'll be picking against casters. It gives you Reflect. Essence Drain, whenever you heal yourself with Drain Alive, the enemy target deals 5% reduced damage to you for 6 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. So 5 times 5 is 25, so 25% damage you'll be taking less if you're draining life from the target that attacks you. So use this instead of Nether Ward when you're not facing casters. Here you are always taking Focused Chaos. Chaos Bolt gives you 75 additional damage, but no longer strikes an additional target afflicted with Havoc. Maybe when you don't want to cleave, when you want to cleave you use Cremation, and Focused Chaos when you want to single target, but you always want to have that 75% more on your Chaos Bolt. It's just too good not to pick. Entrenched in Flame or Felhunter is the choice here. Entrenched in Flame is a very good talent when you're fighting almost everybody, because either you use it defensively when you want to lock melee attacking you, or anybody attacking you, you want to run away around the pillar or whatever, or when you want to lock someone when you're chasing him. When the lock is chasing him, you want to lock him. This effect does not break from damage. It's just great when you want to kite, when you want to chase someone to kill him. It's an amazing talent. Especially you can fuck up the openers against melee when they're just there for blood and they're rushing towards you. You just conflag 1, conflag 2, and you can cast Demonic Gateway, or you can, I don't know, kite behind the pillar. Artifact traits. In 7.3 it's very easy to have every trait in your tree, so my suggestion is after you get full traits, stop for 10 minutes and read them one by one. You'll have a lot more awareness that way, and maximizing your damage will be easier, of course. When you get all of the traits, you'll be spending artifact power on Concordance to infinity, which is bad in my opinion, because everyone is like super bursty in arena. It's not balanced at all. Also, the trait at Netherlight Crucible or whatever it's called won't work in PvP except for the first one, and that's just a fraction of it. Bottom line, you only need artifact power for Concordance to infinity, and that's it. As for macros, I want to point out that apart from having focus macros, I suggest you have focus 1, 2, 3 fear macro. I mean target arena 1, 2, 3 macro, because you want to spam fears as much as possible in 3v3 arena. Other than that, you have to have focus kick, focus Grimoire of service kick, and if you're an orc, of course, the damage CD macro, and that ones are like crucial ones. So 1, 2, 3 fear, focus kick regular, with your Felhunter, and Grimoire of service Felhunter kick, so double kick. I also want to remind you to use Summon Infernal. Apart from dealing damage, of course, it stuns all enemy targets in the area of effect for 2 seconds. So that's like another opening window for your Chaos Bolt cast. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe for more content, as well as visit my Patreon page for more interesting perks, and they will be interesting, I promise you that. I will leave the link below. See you next time.